Hi, Sonny here. That's the intro to 17. So hopefully this is 100% correct from the recording, based on the recording. So let's go over the intro. It's based mainly it's based on the E chord at the 7th position, E power chord. Sorry, the E power chord of the open E string. And also we have an added sus. Basically, is the we have a G. There's an A note right here, pinkie, A, and then we also that's a 10th fret on the B string. We also have a F sharp using pinkie on the 11th fret of your G string. And when we pivot on the muted notes, it should be on the 9th fret of your D. So the 9th fret of your D string is your pivot note. Alright, so the first part, you have to play the power chord, and then the rhythm plays slowly, goes like this. So the first part goes like this. So always goes back to the 9th fret of your D string. So we first play the 9th fret of your D. I'm sorry. First we play the 9th fret of your G and B string together. So it goes like this. Back to 9th fret on the D, and then next you put a pinkie on the A note, the 10th fret of your B. So you play in the 9th fret of your G and the 10th fret of your B together. And you play the 9th fret on the D after that, just slightly muted. And then after that you play the 9th fret of just the D and G string together, and then slightly mute and play the D string again on the 9th fret. So far we have this. Alright. The next part goes like this. Alright, so you play the you stretch out, you play the 11th fret of your G with your pinkie, and you slightly mute and play the 9th fret of your D. Alright, and the next part you play the 11th fret again on the G string, and then you play the 9th fret of your B, and you play the 9th fret of your D and G together, and you really quickly you move your hand to the D power chord position. It's the same shape, and you play the 5th fret of your I'm sorry, the 7th fret of your G and B string together. And then you play slightly mute, and you play the 7th fret of your A, and then 5th fret of your A. I'm sorry, 7th fret of your D, and then 5th fret of your A. So far we have this. Alright, and after you play that part, basically it's almost the same as how we do on the E chord. So after you go from 7th fret slightly mute to 5th fret of your A, then you play the 5th fret of your G and B together, and you play the 7th fret of your D string, just one time slightly mute, and you put your pinky on the 8th fret of your B string, which is a G sharp, and you play the 9th fret of your G string and the you play the 7th fret of your G string and the 8th fret of your B string together, and then I'm trying to remember how to do that. Oh yeah, so we go so you play the 5th fret, the 7th fret of your G and B string, play the pinky, just like that, and then you play the 5th fret of your D and G string together, and you pull off open to an open string of D and G, and you play a power chord of your G power chord at the 3rd fret, just 2-note 3rd fret of your E string and 5th fret of your A, and you play the A power chord, which is the 5th fret of your E and the 7th fret of your A string, and ends on the E power chord. Alright, so the whole thing goes like this slowly. Do it again, slow, even play slower. The next part is the same thing. After he goes and this part you play something different. What I do is I'm playing the 5th fret of your D and G, and you lift up your pinky and play the 4th fret of your G along with your 5th fret of your D. Open D and G string together. Do that again. And play the 7th fret of your D and G, and then play the E power chord at 7th position. So the second time we play it goes like this again. Oh, sorry. So that's the second time. The third time is almost the same thing. The last part, so you go 5th fret of your D and G, pull off the open string D and G, and you play the G power chord, A power chord, and you play the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret of your E string, and you play the A power chord. So that's the intro. And I will cover the verse in the chorus in another video. But that is the main part of the lick. A lot of time, all the tabs of the intro are wrong, and as some people play the F sharp, the 11th fret or G string, they play it on the B string, and sometimes they play too many of the F sharp note. But it's only twice, from what I hear. So when you play the F sharp on the 11th fret on the G string, it's only played twice. one time, twice. So just twice. Again. One. That's the second time. So that's the intro to 17.